Hello, what's up, YouTube? Um, I want to discuss a topic I think a lot of people can probably relate to, um, especially me personally. I know there's a lot of people out here who probably deal with the same thing, and it is the topic of why being a good person in today's society is not enough. Um, well, let's think of the topic itself. Being a good person in today's society is not enough. Well, people in today's world, they like to feed off of negativity. And everything in life revolves around energy, right? All kinds of energy. Cellular energy. Um, cellular energy is literally living inside of your DNA structure inside your body. It's the powerhouse, just like your brain is the powerhouse of your mind. Keeps the wheels turning inside your brain, which allows your brain to think appropriately, appropriate things in your life to where you can overcome fears and obstacles and anything outside of that, right? But there's also other energies that is not just cellular energy. And let me break down what I mean by that. Energy is bound and tied to this earth, right? Trees outside, what do? They give us oxygen. Without them, we're fucked. We can't breathe. We'll die of asphyxiation over the course of probably less than a minute because your brain doesn't have oxygen, your brain shuts down, your heart shuts down, you die. And energy is a reflection of yourself when it comes down to cellular energy or any other energy that allows you to appropriately go about handling things in your day-to-day life, like work. Do you put enough energy into your 9-to-5 day job so that you can move around quickly enough to get your job done more appropriately and efficiently? Or do you just kind of mosey around hoping that the problem solves itself, even though in your heart you know it won't, because it all comes back to you? Well, whatever energy you put into yourself is the energy you get back out of yourself. So think of it like this, right? You eat nothing but boiled eggs all day, right? You don't eat no other protein and meats or anything, no vegetables. You just eat boiled eggs all day. And then at the end of the night, you're going to be farting up a storm. It's a kind of like an example of energy leaving your body through, you get what I mean. Energy can reciprocate its value over time. So if you hold a lot of energy and you feel in your heart that that energy has value, that value will only further go up and expand upwards. If you're at the low end of the totem pole and you never bring enough energy, you're never going to get a positive enough outcome to really truly make a difference. See what I mean? People don't look at energy like it's really relevant in today's society, but it is. Because if you think about it, if you're a good person and you're on the semi-extremely introverted scale of person who doesn't really choose to willingly talk to everybody but can if the right time appropriates itself, and you see people around you always looking down at the ground with a frown on their face, how's that going to make you perceive society overall? Probably not in a very good light. That can tie into a lot of other things like the government, politics, Donald Trump, shit that really just doesn't resonate with the younger generation of people that probably grew up watching Scooby-Doo and eating popcorn and candy, And the older generation really needs to wisen up to this because there's a lot of people who are still in their early 20s or late 20s who are just kind of seeing how life really works. And then you have people who are even older and they could have gone through one thing in their life that changed their life in such a drastic way. And they use that and hold that against the younger generation of kids. Like they're doing something wrong when really they're working just as hard and busting their ass to do something good for society too. It's not about what you do for society. It's about the changes you make for yourself. Yeah. And kind of just want to end the video off there, you know. There's a lot of good people in the world, but sometimes being good just is not enough. You have to truly know what makes you a good person, what makes you genuine, what makes you unique, what makes you kind, what makes the rest of the world separate itself from you to the point you perceive them to be blind.